Hey guys, what's up? A quick market outlook here for the major dollar pairs and of course gold. Starting off the dollar index just to get a bias on EURUSD. What we can see is that yesterday's fractal low broke. So over here we broke this low, meaning that this becomes your fractal high, or this one over here, whatever you want. We then break the fractal highs and we are now fractal wise bullish, meaning that we can now get a pullback back up in towards the upside, because guys, there is two ways to identify that price is potentially going to start pulling back in towards the upside, back up in towards the initial buy before the sell, which is your area of supply, and that is through a internal break of structure. So that is mainly kind of like very similar to swing structure, focuses on candle closes, or through fractal structure that focuses on wicks, such as we have seen over here. So yeah, we got that fractal break in structure. Dollar index pushing down now, and it looks good to push up higher once again for the rest of today. So that's what I'm kind of going to be keeping my eye out for after that fractal structure break. Keep in mind, fractal structure is of course the weakest form of structure, but it does show us that there is a significant chance on the dollar index making a pullback back up in towards the upside. So now focusing on EURUSD. And keeping in mind that dollar index is ready to push up higher, meaning EURUSD is ready to push down lower. Focusing on the daily time frame, first of all, we can very clearly see that we're at the 50% mark of the overall swing range from this high all the way down in towards this low. We saw the pullback, which we have been waiting for, got a 50% mark, retrace back into the EQ, back in towards this area of supply. So I would be a big fan of price pushing back down in towards the downside. Definitely at least, and excuse me, let me just go back to USD for a sec. Definitely at least back down in towards this sell before the buy, located and positioned over here, which is your area of demand on the daily time frame. So at least a pullback back down in towards 107 or 1.0757 is what I'll be looking for. So then going in towards the 4-hour time frame, we can then look for potential short. As you guys know in yesterday's video, I was looking for a high break over here, because then you get kind of like that fractal low over here, and it's easier to short back down in towards the downside. We didn't get that, therefore EURUSD is not the main pair on my radar, I'm not gonna lie. But going in towards the 15-minute time frame, we can see that we have let me see. Yeah, so we have kind of that internal bearish structure forming, in the sense that this was a high. Then, for example, this is your low over here. This becomes your high. This becomes your low. This becomes your high. This becomes your low. This becomes your. Let me see. Yeah, so this then became your. I wouldn't consider this as a pullback, by the way, because it's just one simple candle. So I would say that this is still your high over here. This is your low over here. So meaning that the internal structure is still bearish until this high over here gets broken. So what I would be looking for, potentially, is a pullback back up higher in towards, for example, over here where you have supply, you have very clear liquidation. That is why we're currently reacting and seeing a bearish impulse in towards the downside. But guys, that is, or could just be temporary. Because we haven't actually tapped in towards its supply zone. So what I'll be looking for is a potential push up higher still, one more push up higher, and see a push in towards this area of supply. And then from there, potentially look for a short upon kind of like some internal fractal structure changes. And then, yeah, look for further downside from EURUSD. But keep in mind, it's not the highest probability trade, mainly because the 4-hour hasn't shown us that beautiful fractal structure change which we were looking for in yesterday's video. If you want the full explanation, make sure to check out that video. But ultimately what I'm referring to is, okay, you get that push up, you form a high over here at the top, then we get a pullback, we kind of form a low, but then what you see is that it just starts trickling down and down and down. And preferably what you would have wanted to see is push up, create a high, push back, break that high, boom, then you break that low, and then you know you can trade from supply. So these kind of trades are always going to be a lot riskier, but I mean, that is part of the game. So keep your eyes out for the setup that I just explained over here. Keep an eye out for that area of supply. Does it need to pull back in towards there? No, it does not. Could also just start moving down from here. So yeah, keep your eyes out. If we potentially break below this low over here, then you could look for those skill ins. But for now, I'll just be waiting for slightly higher prices on your USD. Moving on in towards AUDUSD, so Aussie dollar. Looking there from a daily time frame. So from a daily perspective, yeah, still kind of like rangy, or we're at the top of the range. So preferably you do want to look for sells, right? If we just consider this an overall range, you do want to look for sells at the top of the range, especially if we kind of like grab liquidity over here above the high. It's not very promising for the upside. But that aside, looking at the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour did exactly what we wanted, because overall what you now have as opposed to on EURUSD is, okay, you formed a high over here, you break that high again after a small pullback, and then boom, you break that low over here, which broke this high, meaning that you are now bearish fractal structure wise. So this entire buy before the sell is now your supply zone. So inside of there, I'm looking for a potential short. Now going in towards the 15-minute, what we can then see is that price has already started to pull back. So overall, what I'm looking for, and I know that this is my significant low over here, which got broken. So overall, this is my swing high, this is my swing low. So I know I have supply over here inside this wick. I also have supply inside over here, inside this buy before the sell-off. So what I'll be looking for is definitely a short from zone 1 or zone 2 back down in towards the downside on Aussie dollar. Highest probabilities that you wait for a 15-minute change of character inside either zone 1 or 2, like we did pretty much on the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, confirmations there for Aussie dollar shorts, looking for that for the rest of today. Moving on in towards GBPUSD, what are we looking for over there? Very clear 4-hour break of structure, of course, now pushing down after that break of structure. We had some supply located over here, which we are currently reacting to from a daily perspective. So if we draw in that daily zone over here, we have that daily area of supply now playing out. Overall, what I'm looking for is a further push, of course, in towards the downside. However, the big difference that I just want to showcase you guys that we have on, for example, AUDUSD, if we look at this from a 4-hour perspective, is that for AUDUSD, you have more kind of like, let's say, if you look at a buy before the sell or a sell before the buy, for example, on AUDUSD, of course, kind of like this is an entire sell before kind of like this big buy in towards the upside, and we haven't even broken the high. But a difference, therefore, is that it's a higher probability to still look for shorts because you're kind of like still trading underneath. You haven't even broken this high yet. And the overall 4-hour structure is also pointing in towards the downside, whereas with GBPUSD, it's a lot cleaner. GBPUSD, it's a lot cleaner what I'm trying to refer to, in the sense that on GBPUSD, you kind of have already broken the high and you're now inside a certified demand zone. So this is now like actual demand, right? Because this entire sell before this massive buy in towards the upside, that is what caused a break of structure. On Aussie dollar, this area, this entire sell before the buy, it hasn't caused a break of structure, meaning that it's less strong. So there's still more probability for AUDUSD to tank down as opposed to GBPUSD, for example, because GBPUSD in theory is now inside the bullish order flow. But of course, we don't have like clear demand zone in here. Demand is like positioned lower, so we could still look for shorts. However, again, it's similar to EURUSD. We haven't broken the high here, so no fractal structure change to kind of like look for those verified shorts. So yeah, GBPUSD is kind of like less high probability for myself. Of course, you have this clean move, so I've seen it many times before. We just mirror that move in towards downside, but overall, I like to follow order flow, and the overall order flow. Pretty much what's been going on is that we had this order flow. Let's say, look, so we had this over here. We didn't pull back in towards there. We just dumped down. Then we had this over here. We broke above that because this is your entire buy before the sell. You get back in there and then you expect it for the drop. Didn't happen. So now we're above it again, reacting to this buy before the sell. So now you're just kind of like interfering with order flows with one another, breaking structures. So yeah, preferably I would stay out of GBPUSD until we break this low again and then potentially look for a further short in towards the downside. Or if we of course push up higher, for example, in towards, let's say, this fresh buy before the sell over here with this clear liquidity high, then look for a tap in towards there and then look for order flow to shift again in your favor. But this is just getting messy for me, so main focus is on AUDUSD. Now moving on in towards NZDUSD. So NZDUSD on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have over here? So on NZDUSD, we do have a very clear fractal structure break. So you get that push up, pull back, push up, form the high, then eventually break the low over here. Now we're pulling back in towards this entire buy before the sell-off. So you can look or start looking for those shorts on NZDUSD going in towards daily time frame as well. We're inside the extreme, liquidated this high. So I'm looking for AUDUSD and NZDUSD shorts at the moment. So looking at this from a 15-minute perspective, okay, also clean. moved in towards here. So we're inside this entire buy before the sell-off. So yeah, NZDUSD shorts are the main focus for today. But again, I want to see a 15-minute change of character, so preferably I would see something like this. So break of this high, meaning that this is a structural low, break that structural low, pull back in towards supply, and then sell off. So NZDUSD and AUDUSD shorts. Yeah, that's NZDUSD. Daily is still bearish. 4 hour is, let me see real quick. 4 hour is bullish though, but of course we've had a break of structure of this high, which just led to price coming in towards daily extreme supply. So therefore, you always want to trade with the daily eventually and then trade it back down in towards this daily area of demand. So that's what I'm looking for on NZDUSD. Last of all, gold. So gold over here. Yeah, looking for further upside still, as I mentioned yesterday. Overall, we did not react to this sell for the buy, but despite that, still looking for further upside for the rest of today. Potentially, we could push down even lower in towards here. Then I'll be looking for longs from there. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll still be happy to look for longs once we break this high again. And then I'll trade it from this sell before the buy. So yeah, that is that. Looking for gold longs in towards the end of the year for sure. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Hope you have a lot of value from this video. And do not forget to leave a like and join the Discord community. Link in the description down below. Thanks, guys.